So good day everyone. So today we're going to discuss about the jigsaw strategy. So what is jigsaw? Jigsaw is a cooperative learning strategy that enables each student to become an expert on a certain topic through communication and discussion with others reading the same text, researching the same topic or unit, and then share their findings to their original home group. One student from each group has his or her own topic, and then they meet with other students from other groups who have the same topic, and they work together to decide the most important parts to share back with their original or home group to help them develop the same understanding. So to discuss about the steps of the jigsaw, let's have Chelsea.
Here are 10 easy steps to have an effective jigsaw strategy. So first is divide students into 5 or 6 person jigsaw groups. The groups should be diverse in terms of gender, ethnicity, race, and ability. Number 2, appoint one student from each group as the leader. Initially, this person should be the most mature student in the groups. Number 3, divide the day's lesson into 5 to 6 segments. For example, if you want history students to learn about Eleanor Roosevelt, you might divide a short biography of her into stand-alone segments on 1. Her childhood, number 2. Her family with Franklin and their children, number 3. Her life after Franklin contracted polio, number 4. Her work in the White House as First Lady, number 5. Her life and work after Franklin's death. And for number 4, assign each student to learn one segment. Make sure students have direct access only to their own segment. Number 5, give student time to read over higher segment at least twice and become familiar with it. There is no need for them to memorize it. Number 6, form temporary expert groups by having one student from each jigsaw group join other students assigned to the same segment. Give students in these expert groups to discuss the main points of their segments and to rehearse the presentations they will make to their jigsaw group. For number 7, bring the students back in into their jigsaw groups. For number 8, ask student to present her or his segment to the group. Encourage others in the group to ask questions for their clarification. For number 9, float from group to group. Observe the process. If any group is having trouble, for example, a member is dominating or disruptive, make an appropriate intervention. Eventually, it is best for the group leader to handle this task. Leaders can be trained by whispering an instruction on how to intervene until the leader gets the hang of it. And lastly, for number 10, at the end of the session, give a quiz on the material so that students quickly come to realize that these sessions are not just fun and games but really count. So those are the 10 easy steps in jigsaw strategy.
So let's now move on to the advantage of jigsaw approach. So the advantages of the jigsaw approach include it being efficient, encouraging students to listen to each other, work as a team, and have a social engagement. The time reduction of not having to research all by oneself makes this process a huge advantage. Not only time is a concern, to complete the whole assignment, the students must work together, listening and taking charge when necessary. The outcome of the learning will also be accompanied by a team goal being reached and possibly new relationships being developed. So, as or in general, the advantage of the jigsaw approach is to build comprehension and encourages cooperative learning among students. So, if naay advantage ang jigsaw approach, nasa'y disadvantage. The disadvantages of the jigsaw approach are present as well. Some disadvantages include misunderstanding the content and a lack of participation. It is possible a group of students researching could get distracted and be led down a path not intended by the teacher. This could lead to the whole group not learning the correct information and in return be behind the rest of the class. Another problem in any group situation is when a student doesn't hold his or her weight in the responsibilities. A lack of participation by one or more students in a group would lead to either one, the other students in the group have to cover his or her material and have more work, or number two, the group being without the student's responsibility. Both of these would hinder the group's productivity rather than help them learn in a different way.
So here are the tips. So first we have the content or material broken into sections prior to class. Second, make sure that each section or content learning styles in each group, etc. Fourth, we have some questions or question starters for groups to get started. Fifth, we have one student in each expert group be the leader of the discussion, incorporate a writing activity, and have 3 to 5 students in a group. So that's it for jigsaw strategy. Thank you.
So here is an example of a dated lesson plan using a jigsaw approach or strategy. So this DLP has a topic, leadership styles and its implementation. We can also see here the materials being used and the steps on how to demonstrate the jigsaw approach or strategy.